What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, a little after 12 o'clock. I'm just going to get right into it. So when I started this channel, my main purpose in starting this channel was to kind of warn people about, extracts, the MIT extracts. Prior to finding the extracts, I was on what I consider to be a relatively, moderate dose. I don't know if you can call it a healthy dose, because we don't really know what the long-term effects, whether it be negative or positive, are for kratom. There just haven't been enough studies on it. But I shared that I was a person who never really took over, 8, 9, 10, at my highest amount, probably 11, 12 grams of kratom per day. And, I read online daily where there are people worldwide taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 grams every time they dose. And this is multiple times per day. And this is how people get up to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 grams of kratom powder per day, which I think is just astronomical. And we talked about that anything in excess that's not done in moderation becomes unhealthy. And I think that's where the extracts came into play for me. And when I first started this channel, it was kind of, I was kind of creating my own support system, my own vlog series, and my own kind of support structure for myself to come off of those MITs. And I have come off of the MITs, and I haven't had an extract in, well over, I guess, a month and a half now. But if you've been following my journey, you've probably seen, a little bit of like, I'm on the fence and I'm off the fence, and then I'm on this side and then I'm on that side. I don't know whether I've never really known whether I wanted to completely come off of kratom. And any time that I have talked about coming off of it, it's just been something that I was doing to kind of reset my tolerance and kind of prove to myself that I could, and get my body back to baseline. So that I could decrease my tolerance back down, because as you know, stuff like the MIT 45 gets your tolerance way up here to where you just have to take more and more and more and more to get the same sort of effect. And the kratom powder just doesn't do it for you, because the metrogenine, the alkaloid that actually causes the euphoria in kratom, is so significantly higher in the extracts that when you try to come off of the extracts, you're completely hooked. And then when you try to come off of the extracts onto some powder, you're going through withdrawals. Even with 12, 13, 14 grams of powder per day, you're going through withdrawal. And I experienced that, and I vlogged it all, and I talked about it on this channel with you guys. But I'm at a point where, as each weekend passes, I think it's pretty clear and pretty safe to say that I'm probably not going to be coming off of kratom altogether. I love kratom. I love the effects of kratom. And if I'm being 100% completely honest, the only negative effects I have from kratom, and I want to be specific about the amount that I've been taking. I don't take that much kratom. Anywhere between, or more recently, I've only been taking 3, 4, 5 grams per day, which is not much at all. That's one dose throughout the day. The only negative effects and side effects I have from kratom at the amount that I take, literally, are just when I go to stop taking it. So as long as I'm taking it, and I'm dosing on it regularly, I haven't really experienced any negative side effects. When I experience the negative side effects is when I have this bright idea of, well, I don't want to be addicted to something, so let me just come off of it altogether. Then I'll start having, some issues with low energy, and my stomach might be a little weirded out, and having a little trouble, although not severe, a little trouble with sleeping and kind of getting fully comfortable at night and stuff like that. And I don't want to downplay the withdrawals, or I don't want to be one of those people that, well, because I want to keep taking it, I'm going to get on here and just downplay the hell out of the withdrawals and downplay the hell out of the side effects so that I can have an excuse to keep taking it. I don't want to do that. I want to be completely honest with it does suck sometimes. And it could very well be that the fact that it sucks and the fact that I can't find a reason to embrace the suck right now at this point in my life, and the fact that I just want to keep taking it because I like the effects of it. You know, I'm never really been one of those people that sees myself as living or leading a completely sober lifestyle. I'm not an NA guy. I'm not an AA guy. And the AA and NA community will probably sit on the outside and judge the shit out of me for saying that. But, you know, judge away, man. That's not going to be me. I'll probably never be one of those people. And I want to be able to enjoy these substances that our, you know, world and our earth has to offer. You know, I'm into the natural substances, but I want to be able to enjoy that if I want to. But I'm saying all that to say this. You know, my weekends, I'm still going a little bit, I wouldn't say overboard. I'm as far as tapering, the tapering, it goes out the window for me on the weekends. I've been hitting the tapering really hard during the week, and a lot of you know, have been watching my videos. I was down to, 3.3 grams per day, pretty much every day last week. And I was taking a little bit of kava and a melatonin at night, and I was sleeping fine. So, you know, getting my tolerance down pretty low. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and when I start trying to make that decision for myself, like, okay, I'm down to 5 capsules per day now, per day. And I've gotten to a point where I've gone low enough to where if I go any lower, I mean, that's my last leg right there. I'm gonna just stop taking it altogether. And I've talked about doing that. I've said that I was probably going to do that and then stay off of it for a few days. I don't know. I may be changing my mind on that. I don't know if I want to completely go off of the Kratom. I think maybe I'm happy with the fact that I've, you know, reset my tolerance to where it's pretty low at this point. Is that because I'm just struggling to stay away from the Kratom on the weekends? Yeah, probably. But, you know, I'm a person who, I'm not big on drinking. I don't really enjoy the effects of drinking. I like the lighthearted kind of mood lifting energy type effect of the Kratom. It's just something that I prefer. You know, if I'm gonna enjoy any substance leisurely, that's kind of what I do. Well, Corey, why don't you just not have any substance? Why do you have to have a substance? That's a good question. That's a good question. That really is the question. But it's one of those things, if that's who I am, that's who I've become, and I don't see really any reason fully necessary to change that, then, you know, it has to be me that sees it necessary to change it, right? Or I'm not going to do it. If I don't see the point in it or the real benefit in it for me at this point, then am I really going to change it? And do I really have the desire to change it? So basically, I'm running around my ass to get to my elbow here, is what I'm doing. And a second thing, so my wife knows that I've been, you know, doing this channel and making videos and stuff like that. She fully supports it. I've encouraged her not to go on and necessarily listen to some of my videos, because there's some things that I address in there about my past drug use and drug history that, I mean, we've been married for 10 years. It's not like it will be grounds for divorce or anything. It's just that I've been clear to her that some of the stuff you may not be too crazy about hearing. about your husband. You know, I divulge some pretty some honest ideas and some honest vlog. There's some honest vlogging going on here about, you know, my current use of drugs, my past use of drugs, how it's gotten out of control, this and that and the other. And I just don't know if that's something she wants to sit and listen to about her current husband and the love of her life. But one thing that struck with me is she went and subscribed to my channel a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed that I had a new subscriber. I looked at it, it was her, and she supports me in everything, and I didn't mind at all that she subscribed to the channel, but I wanted her to be aware. Did you subscribe? I wanted to know, did you subscribe because you're planning on going and listening to my content, or are you subscribing just to support me? Which she let me know that she was subscribing just mainly to support me. She didn't really have any intention of going on and listen to my stories about Kratom and tapering and, you know, any drug use in my past. And so she wasn't really subscribing for that reason. She was more or less just supporting. But it got me thinking, how did you find my channel? I didn't tell her the name of the channel. All I told her is that I was, you know, kind of making some videos. It's kind of a little vlog series to kind of help me going through, you know, the MIT withdrawals and just coming back on the Kratom powder. And, you know, there's a little bit of this going on with that because of, you know, getting hooked on those MITs. And I've talked about it on this channel, but it just got me wondering, how did she find my channel? And she was like, I searched your name. You know, and I'm a person who, I've done several different YouTube channels. I have a channel where my son and I are sparring, doing some kickboxing in my garage. I've got some original music on my channel because I used to write and produce music. I did a lot of that back in the 2012, 2013 era. So I've got some original music on one of my YouTube channels. I've got a YouTube channel about cute animal videos where I, you know, take videos of my own pets and, you know, baby goats when we go to visit, and we feed squirrels. My wife and I are huge animal lovers, so I've got a little channel about that. I've got I've got a YouTube channel that deals with my modeling. I've done a little modeling back in the day. So I've been a person who's messed around. I've got probably 4 or 5 different YouTube channels just dabbling in different things because I'm just a creative. I've got one where I've used to talk about MMA. I haven't posted to it in a while, but I've probably got, you know, 50 something videos on that channel. So I'm one of those people that's dabbled in YouTube and making content and stuff like that for a long time because I'm just a creative type individual and I enjoy doing that sort of thing. But when she told me that that's the way she found my channel was just by searching my name, it kind of made me a little nervous. And I've shared this, you know, I work for a Christian company, and I'm talking about an overtly Christian company. They are very, very open about their faith in terms of, I mean, I receive emails. I receive a word of the day email every day, which is a verse from the Bible. That's how overtly Christian my company is, which I have no issue with that. I have no problem with that. But it does concern me, you know, that if someone from my place of work were to see this channel, how that may affect my employment. Now, you know, true Christians, and if they are truly Christians, and if the heart of the company is truly that of a Christian company or truly that of a Christian, then you would think that there would be no judgment and that they would see that I'm on here trying to better myself and better, but you just never know. You never know with that sort of thing. And I definitely wouldn't want it to affect my job and my career, because obviously that is very important to me and that's a lifeline. I have to make money. I have to continue my career. So I don't want to be on here talking about battling an addiction with Kratom and then I'm still taking Kratom and this and that and the other. And with the risk of someone at my work finding it. And when my wife told me how she found my channel, I was kind of like, wow, it's that easy, huh? And then I started thinking about it, like some of the people at my work know my background with music. You know, some of them have searched me up before, because I have it's a website called Reverb Nation, where independent artists can go on there and, you know, put pictures and all their original music on it, and people can go in there and listen and follow them, and, you know, like their songs, and in some cases even download songs and stuff like that. So you know, the music that I produced back in the 2012-13 era was Christian gospel music. And so my company, including the owner and his wife, are very aware that I have that background in writing and producing gospel music. So they're even aware of my music background. So it's not a far stretch that someone would go onto YouTube at some point and search Corey Austin. That's what I'm getting at. And I've been thinking about that a lot more recently, and it's making me a little nervous, if I'm being completely honest. And I guess where I'm getting with this is, I don't know if at some point soon I might just stop doing this channel. I hate to say that. You know, the subscribership is not like going through the roof or anything like that, because I don't do a lot of editing and, you know, branding and things like that. I'm just kind of a guy sitting in his car just talking to you as other people who have similar struggles, talking to you kind of as a friend, maybe a mentor, depending on, you know, what school of thought or what your level of experience is. But I've, you know, got 50 subscribers. I've got a few people that are subscribing, and I'll get, you know, a few subscribers every few days or whatever. I'll see some new subscribers come on, and obviously some folks have drawn some encouragement from my videos and enjoy watching, as I have several folks that are commenting on my videos and obviously watching each of my videos. So I don't want to let those people down. I can assure you that if I do stop doing the channel, I will stay in touch with that handful of people that I kind of talk to on a regular basis, so we can be aware of, you know, because I'm the type of person that gets emotionally caught up in people, you know, and you guys who have really taken an interest in my channel and come and comment on my channel and stuff like that, I worry about you guys. You know, I sit and I think about you guys on the weekend sometimes, like, I wonder what so-and-so's doing, or I wonder what so-and-so's doing. And if you're one of those people and you've commented on my videos a lot and stuff like that, you probably know I'm talking about you. But I can still be in touch with you in another way if I do decide to get rid of the YouTube channel. And I won't, it won't be one of those things where you just look one day and all of a sudden there aren't any more. I would definitely do a video letting you guys know, saying, hey, I'm definitely getting rid of the YouTube channel. It's just getting a little too risky. I don't know how if I did, it would 100%, it wouldn't be because of family, it wouldn't be because of my wife, it wouldn't be for any other reason other than that I would be concerned that someone from my workplace would see it, and that they may have some sort of concern, or that may be that may cause some sort of dissension in my work relationship with this highly Christian-based company, and that's all. But anyway, let me just finish off with a little bit about where I'm at. So this past weekend, we took some Kratom. I did go to the Kratom bar. We had a couple of Kratom drinks. It's been one of those things where, you know, Saturday and Sundays have kind of been my days to, I don't really hold back. I kind of take as much as I want to. Again, for me, it's never an extreme amount, because I'm the type of person that I'm just not going to sit there shoving Kratom in my mouth all day. It's just not who I am. But it's definitely been more aggressive for me on the weekends than it has been throughout the week, because as you know, during the week, I've been down to as little as 3.3 grams per day. And I'm planning on getting back to that this week. But I want to finish this off with, when I was at the Kratom bar this weekend, I actually bought some powder, some white Kratom powder. I've personally never taken white Kratom powder, but I did buy some this past weekend, and I want to give a quick review on that. I don't know if you guys are into like strains or what strain, but I'm a person I've only really ever taken one type of strain. It's always been green for me. If I have tried red, it's been one of those that it was in the very, very, very beginning when I first started trying out Kratom, like the first time or two that I bought it, I may have gotten red. I don't really remember, because at that time, I didn't know the difference, and you know, who gives a shit about the strain? What do you mean a color? A Kratom's Kratom, right? You know, I didn't know. So and then I'm the type of person that finds a strain that I like, or finds a brand that I like, and then I just stick with that. I'm a creature of habit. Well, you'd be surprised to figure that out. So I've always just taken the same brand, the same color, same strain, all that good stuff. But this past weekend, when we were there, I was talking to the bartender, and he was actually telling me about the white strain and that it's more energetic. People don't tend to get quite the euphoria of it. And there's also some evidence that it's not quite as addictive because it doesn't carry the same euphoric sort of properties. And so I want to give a quick review of White Kratom. So I took some White Kratom yesterday when I was at home with my wife. We were sitting around watching, binge watching a series on Netflix. And so I literally felt this much euphoria from the White Kratom. Unfortunately for somebody like me, it's the euphoria that I'm kind of looking for. That's what I prefer, is the euphoria. Now, I do like a little bit of the stimulant effect with it. But the White Kratom, at least in my experience, has been pretty much all stimulant and very little euphoria. With that said, again, I'm not a person to take really, really, really high doses. So, I haven't been taking any more than maybe 3 to 4 grams tops at a time in one dosage of the White Kratom. But taking that amount, I did not get really any euphoria associated with that. It's all just been kind of like a mellow sort of energy. You feel kind of like a little bit of a mood and energy boost, but definitely not really a sense of euphoria that goes along with that. Because of that, I can see how it would be considered something that will be have less of the addictive properties, because it doesn't carry the same. Put it this way, if I'd have taken that same amount of like a green strain Kratom, I think I definitely would have gotten more of a euphoria with that. And from what I hear, the red is even more so than the green. Although I can't really attest to that. I don't have any specific testimonies with the red Kratom. But that's kind of what I've experienced with the White Kratom. Sorry to be doing all this, and I'm on, then I'm off, and then I'm on this side of the fence, I'm on that side of the fence. It's because I really don't know, guys. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a person who lives a very healthy lifestyle, other than the fact that I do take Kratom on a regular basis. But then when I look online and I see how much most people who use Kratom regularly are taking, when I stack myself up against them, I'm not even using that much of it. In fact, I would say I'm using less than what a lot of people are using on a daily basis. So I think the most important thing for me is just to be within an earshot of being able to come off of it without having any serious major withdrawals. I would like to be able to, be in and out of the acute withdrawal phase within a week. And I do get a little concerned sometimes, because, this is a legal substance at the moment. But don't think that it's not on the radar of the FDA. And they've addressed, the FDA has addressed, this concern about possibly scheduling Kratom as a class 1 drug and things like that. It hasn't been done as of yet, and I hope that it never does. I hope that it remains legal. But it does concern me a little bit getting neck deep in this stuff and getting to where my tolerance is way up high and I'm just taking it all the time every day. And then all of a sudden they do like they did Spice back in 2016 or 17, whenever it was, and you show up to your Kratom store one week and all of a sudden they've taken all the Kratom products out of the store. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to anyone else out there either, because if that does happen to you, you're probably going to be in a world of hurt in terms of going through some acute withdrawals for a little while. So, you know, I'm trying to be careful with that as well, and that's something that's always kind of at the forefront of my mind. I did bring some of the white Kratom powder with me today. I've dosed a couple of times on it, although not much, maybe 3-4 grams. I've maybe had 6 grams today of Kratom powder. Tomorrow, I'm going to leave that stuff at home so I can go back to just taking the 5 capsules, you know, so I can get back to my taper. I'm not sure if I'll really cut the taper down to where I'm completely off of it. That's something I'm just really still up in the air about. I don't know if I want to come off of it altogether. Maybe it's just an excuse. Maybe it's just a cop-out to keep taking it because I like taking it. That may be true. And I'm not denying that. So if you're a person that's a hater or a troll and you're going to come jump in my comments and, well, you're still taking Kratom, why are you getting on here? Yes, don't bother. I am still taking Kratom. And you're absolutely right. I'm going to take the sting out of what you might be tempted to say to me. It might just be, I don't want to stop taking it. So I'm not. You know, it may be one of those things. And so I don't deny that. I don't deny that that could just be my addiction, just, you know, hanging on. But for me, what's more important is that what's always been more important is that I moderate myself, that I'm not taking an amount of it that I feel like is really going to be detrimental to my, you know, physical and mental health. And that's what's more important for me. And it should be for everyone out there, you know. And if you're a person who's taking an amount that no human should ever take, then you probably should relook at things and reevaluate and rethink, you know, your Kratom use on a daily basis. But anyway, once again, thanks for tuning back in, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.